Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this finds you. I hope you're doing well. It is Monday, but it is also, we are in the energy of this Libra new moon. And it really just kind of came on my radar this morning as I was kind of getting up and thinking, Spirit, what should we talk about today? Should I do a weekly? Like what? And it really is about this new moon energy in Libra. And, Libras are about communication and balance and gentleness and kindness. And this new moon is also embodying relationships. So this is going to be an interesting new moon for new beginnings, new starts. Around relationships in your life. And so I'm going to be interested to kind of dig into this. We're actually going to start with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. It's been so long since I've used this deck. The Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I was gifted this Oracle deck a while ago, and I've really resonated with it ever since if you've been watching me for a while, usually new moon, full moon, pick-a cards that I was doing for the past couple of years, I would always start with this deck. So it called to me today with this new moon. We're not going to do pick a card today. I am going to do a full reading, kind of diving deep into this new moon energy. So please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. There may be something for you, but something else really doesn't feel right. So that's okay. So take what resonates, leave the rest. I am Melissa L. Watkins, evidential medium, spiritual life coach, and master instructor with integrated energy therapy. So if you're new to me, welcome. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes, and all the new subscribers, welcome. Whether you're finding me on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, those are pretty much the three, and Instagram. But yeah, let's dive into this new moon energy, because I've been feeling it, guys. 3 days prior, day of, 3 days post is when you feel kind of new moon, full moon energy, or the moon phase energies. And I've been feeling it. I've been feeling kind of like I've been dreaming about past relationships, and not just romantic relationships, but very important relationships to me that they're not in my life. It's just they're not in my life on a daily basis, or so that may be coming up for you. Just friendships and relationships that there's no ill will. It's just you guys are in different parts of your lives. They're kind of overdoing their thing, you're overdoing your thing. But I feel like this energy is kind of bringing those up for you. And so it might be a situation where you do feel like a reach out, or send a card, just, hey, thinking of you, or, how are you doing? Because this energy is really bringing us into, kind of what it is we want for ourselves. What is it, our will? This card is about your sacral chakra. I take that back. Wow. Okay. So we will talk about sacral chakra. That definitely just came through. So yes, this new moon is activating sacral chakra, which is about sexuality. It is about balance. It is about creativity. But this card usually is tied into solar plexus, your free will choice, the will of your higher self, not your egoic small will of your mind trying to force things, but the bigger embodiment, the will of the seat of your soul. So interesting. Solar plexus chakra came up with this. On this card, it actually looks like a couple of things are coming up for me. She's wearing a mask, so I feel like you will be revealing or having things revealed to you about others in this new moon energy. And that is going to be because you're not accepting faults anymore. You're not accepting deception anymore. You're not accepting, I just feel like for many of you, there's been situations in relationships, romantic or not, in your life where they've been wearing a mask. They have not been completely above board or honest with you. But it wasn't something that you felt like you needed to address. It was like, well, that's just who they are. But I feel like in this new moon energy going forward, it's going to be important. It is going to be something where maybe I don't want to address it. It is who they are, but I kind of back away. I go in a new direction, that sort of thing. Good morning, everyone. I'm just seeing I didn't have my comments up. So good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Tracy. The other thing that I'm seeing on this card is I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but it does look like she's holding a beautiful light, like an orb of light. Yeah, an orb of light right at her throat chakra, right around her mouth. So this is also going to be a new moon of, again, if you're seeing someone clearly or you're not able to kind of let them continue to be who they are that isn't authentic, it's like you have to speak your truth. Or you just have to move on, walk away. So let's leave that there and let's get another one of these. I actually have one like literally sitting here wanting to come out. So we're just going to take that one and yeah, and that's going to bring you peace. So for those of you who have been in situations, relationships with people, again, romantic, family, friends, take it how it resonates. Your ability to speak your truth or see through the mask is going to bring you peace. So this is a new moon of new beginnings, of new direction, new, I'm hearing the word renaissance. So I feel like in some relationships, there is going to be this renaissance of the relationship where it is a new beginning. We are speaking our truth with each other. We are imparting our will, our soul self of what we want for our lives, for our relationship together and independently. And that is going to allow you to bring in the peace in the relationship in your life that you've been seeking. So it feels like this new beginning in this relationship portal is what it feels like with this new moon, is allowing you to come into your power, your authenticity, which brings you peace. The other thing is, if you can see, she's got this beautiful light ring around her. And one of the reasons that you're coming into peace is because by being authentic, by speaking your truth, you're raising your frequency. And I feel like this new moon energy in this Libra energy of balance and kindness and compassion and speaking your truth, it's coming from that place of compassion. It's coming from that place of Christ consciousness. So I feel like this new moon is really helping those of you who've been struggling to speak your truth, to be authentic. Yeah, bottom of the deck, nourishment. Yeah, because it's time for you to nourish your soul. This new moon is going to allow you to nourish your soul. It's not time to play small anymore. It's not time to let anybody kind of, I don't want to say get away with anything, but it's like you've seen them. You've seen through the BS. You see through the BS. You see through the it's not just deception, but it's like, oh, it's this energy of making things bigger than it is. It's embellishment. You see through the embellishment. They've been trying to make themselves out to be more than they are. They're trying to make themselves or their life feel better, be better than it is. And so this new moon is really allowing you, again, you don't actually have to call them out on their BS unless you feel like you have that relationship. But this gives you the opportunity to choose. Am I okay with the way things are? Is it okay that they're not exactly being honest, but it's not it's who they are, right? So you have to decide if that's right for you. So I want to dig into, is that literally flipped out? Yeah, because you have to decide, are they allowing me to blossom into who I want to be? Or is there ego that has to be fed? Is that allowing me to be who I want to be? Is that allowing me to step into my most authentic version, speak my truth? And so this new moon is going to be, hello, Suzanne, hello, Karen, is going to be allowing you to blossom. And look at that beautiful golden orb into Christ consciousness, into an authentic version of yourself, into being able to create what it is that you want in your life. For some reason, the way that that light is coming off that orb and coming down around her and turning green, it's almost like just giving me like tree of life vibes. Tree of life vibes. What is it that you want to grow in your own life? Where is it that you want to blossom in your own life? And this new moon energy is giving you that capacity, that opportunity. But, you know, are you in the right situation? Are you in the right relationships? Are you around the right people to be able to do that? And so that's why, really being discerning about who you're putting in your life, where you're putting them in your life. Yeah, look at this. The reason things are blossoming, the reason that you're being asked to be authentic is because you are coming into a time, I would say in this moon cycle, where things are starting to line up for you. Things are starting to come in for you. Things are starting to show up for you. And if you've got people in your life who need to be top dog, they need to be their ego fed, they need to be biggest person in the room, that diminishes you in some way or holds you back from being your full expression in some way. And so I just feel like this new moon is really illuminating for you in this new moon energy, even though, in this new moon energy, even though it's a darkness, right? New moons are, it's dark, it's totally dark, right? But I feel like in this new moon energy of that darkness, it's like you can see the truth. And the energy of Christ consciousness is illuminating for you where people aren't being authentic in your life, where they're not showing up for you in your life, and those who are. And those who are. And so this might be a situation where you start to see some people in your life very differently, where you're like, why am I not going in that direction? Why am I not reaching out to that person? Why am I, because the person who's taking up all of your energy, who needs their ego fed, is really keeping you from seeing all the relationships in your life for what they are. Welcome, Scotty. So yeah, this is yeah, because it's time to create the joy and stability. This is the new moon, the new beginning, where things start to show up, things start to come in, things start to blossom, things start to come true. That brings you the joy and stability, brings you the peace, brings you the nourishment, the soul level nourishment. And the people, I don't really feel like it's new people coming into your life in this new moon cycle. For some of you, it might very well be that. But I just feel like what this new moon is going to be revealing is some people in your life that maybe have been kind of in the background, who maybe do deserve more of an honored spot at your table, the honored guest spot at your table. And the people who are in that spot, they're there because they've stolen the seat. And it's time to get them out of the seat. It's time to say, well, you had your turn. It's time for now people who are willing to balance the relationship, where there's a reciprocity, where they're giving to me as much as I'm giving to them. I'm not just feeding their ego, or they're not here for me to feed their ego. and you are asked to lead in this new moon energy. So you are being asked to kind of step up and assert your will. What is it that you want? Who is it that you want at your table? Who is it that you want at that honored seat? Who is in that honored seat that, well, maybe it's time they got a different seat or no seat. Up to you. But I feel like this, the illumination coming through this Libra new moon is really going to help you to be very discerning about, and this is, again, all relationships, romantic, friendships, collaborations, partnerships, business, however this is resonating for you. And I actually might pull some love cards here at the end. For some reason I'm being called to do that because this is, Libra is about relationships. So yeah, I think I'll get a specific deck on romantic relationships. But yeah, healing begins. That's what's going on in this Libra new moon. Healing begins. Look at that, beautiful. And when I was calling in the angels to be here with me, the ones that showed up this morning were Gabriel, of course, communication, Archangel Metatron, and then Archangel Raphael. And so this makes sense that Archangel Raphael showed up because, yes, there is going to be a healing in this Libra new moon energy that is going to allow you to assert your will. That's going to allow you to speak your truth. Like I said, that throat chakra is being illuminated. And also the heart chakra is being illuminated on the healing card. So this is where your throat chakra holds shame and keeps your heart chakra kind of blocked from really opening to its fullest capacity. So I feel like there may be a release of some shame that you're able to do in this new moon energy because of the energies of this new moon and the illumination, the aha moment, the reckoning I'm hearing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Some reckoning coming in. So for some of you, this is going to be a big shakeup in some relationship where you are now, you're healing. And this healing is allowing you to speak your truth, step into your power through kindness, but balancing out the relationships in your life and the one that's really imbalanced in this Libra full moon. So, okay. This part of the video, we're going to finalize with a Oracle of the Seven Energies card by Colette Baron Reed, and I'll probably read it. And then I'm going to go back there and grab a love deck, and we'll do relationship. I probably should have done that. Hello, Darlene. Welcome. Okay. Into me, I see. Because I feel like you can't balance relationships if you're not being honest with yourself about what you're seeing, what's going on within you. Card number 8, for those of you who are into numerology. Intimacy, trust in another, dropping shields and rigid boundaries to allow connection, the willingness to be vulnerable. And that's what I was feeling in that healing card. If you look at that, healing that heart chakra so that you are able to be vulnerable, you are able to be heart-centered. A certain precious moments, you're called into a deep and meaningful connection with the world or another person. A magical affinity arises with a kind of intimacy that in turn encourages a greater understanding of yourself. The relationship acts as a mirror, helping you to see your own patterns. What it reflects about you can further your own personal evolution. Now is the time to take a risk by connecting with another. Can you see how far you've come? Can you see what is still active within you that needs to change or heal? You will discover more about who you are as you discover more about another. Even if you cannot possibly know what it's truly like to be in someone else's shoes, you can listen and learn. This is a magical gift being offered to you right now in this new moon energy. This concept applies beyond romantic connection. What do the dynamics of your closest friendship, work relationships, and family say about you? Relationships are extremely important opportunities for healing. When predicted on honesty, when Predicated on honesty and caring, they are a great impact on how you contribute to the world. Intimate relationships hold up a mirror of truth and reveal more treasures than you might ever expect. If you can look into it, take a risk, and see everything as beautiful, even if it in its imperfections, imagine how deep you could go. So, again, we can't change relationships around us if we're not also kind of addressing our inner dialogue, our inner trauma, dramas, what's going on inside of us. And so I think that this is a beautiful card that really says, what do you see within yourself? And the relationships around you, romantic or non-romantic, they're helping you to see, if you can be honest with yourself about those relationships, where it is there's opportunities for growth and there's opportunities for healing. So that is that part of the video. So a little more coffee. This is my Glenda the Good Witch cup. Was she the good witch? We ask that now, don't we? Growing up, it was just the conclusion, right? That was just the premise. She was the good witch. She was in the pink. She was the helpful one. And now if we really look at the story, it's like, was she the good one? And I think that that's what you're being asked in this Libra new moon. What overarching belief about a relationship you have, or relationships across the board, can you take a look at that? And is there something there that needs to be tweaked or healed or released? And I think this Libra new moon is going to help you do that. Okay. So I'm going to bear with me, and I will timestamp this video. So those of you not watching live, you won't have to see this portion. But let's go grab some relationship cards, and we will look into romantic partners. All right, here we go. As I make space. I wasn't planning on doing this. At least I think I'm figuring out where to look. So let me know if you think the videos are getting a little better now that we've kind of moved everything. So I'm going to use the Enchanted Love Tarot by Amy Zerner and Monte Ferber. All right. For those of you not interested in the love portion of the reading, you don't have to stay. But to be honest with you, I'm not surprised that I'm being called to do this, because I just did a twin flame video, which is not a normal wheelhouse for me, for those of you who've been watching me for a long time. And I feel like it's predicated by some of the planetary alignments. Again, not an astrologer, definitely grab one of those. And then this new moon that's really also it is about relationships, right? Romantic or non-romantic. But yeah, I feel like, so what's going on right now for everyone is relationships in some way is coming up. So, all right, here we go. All right, relationships. What do we need to know about love relationships? Romantic partners in this Libra new moon. Four of Gems, possessiveness. So, is this something that you're feeling in your relationship? Possessiveness. Is it something that you've needed to address, or is it something that maybe you are embodying without meaning to? I think a lot of our negative attributes, we do them out of survival mode. We do them out of fear. And, we do that out of control, especially for those of us who are not maybe as emotionally intelligent as we'd like to be because of emotionally neglectful households, raised by parents who had addiction issues, or, we're just not emotionally intelligent for whatever reason. But, is that something that you need to look at within yourself or in relationship around you? Yeah, because I feel like this new moon in romantic partnerships is going to be amplifying your intuition. And so there's going to be this gut instinct, or for those of you who know you're intuitive, you have psychic senses. There's going to be something coming in to show you, again, within yourself, that's, being mirrored by a relationship, or something in a relationship that's mirroring something within you. But either way, where are we maybe trying to control or possess in a way that's not beneficial for us or the other person, the relationship as a whole, really, the relationship as a whole. Yeah, absolutely, Cynthia, absolutely. All right, so let me get some more cards here. This actually came in the reverse, so I want to go to the book and look at, because these cards do have a reverse. So this is the Ace of Gems in reverse for this Libra new moon. Ace of Gems. There it is. In the reverse. You will soon be rewarded with a new opportunity to attain a dream. Make the most of it. Yeah, the reverse says yes. So upright or in the reverse, this is a positive card. So that makes me happy. If you sit back and expect things to come to you, you might lose out on a great relationship or miss receiving a reward, bonus, or inheritance. Receiving a reward has its problems. More money brings more responsibilities and temptations. Others will want or even expect things from you. Weight gain or lack of purpose can be a turnoff. Avoid using money to manipulate others, or you will be manipulated. Without mutual interests, even the most passionate lovers can become self-absorbed and disagreeable. So, I almost feel like a little bit of a warning that in this Libra new moon, again, if you have a relationship that maybe is based on financial, where, they're showing their love to you or trying to prove their love to you by buying you gifts, vacations, paying your bills, is this the type of relationship that you truly want? If it is, I will stop. But if you're looking for a more heart-centered relationship, I feel like that this is what's coming up with this. This Libra new moon, again, even though it's a new moon, I feel like things are being illuminated. Things are coming to the forefront. Because the only way to have a new beginning, the only way to have a renewal in relationship is to really root out what doesn't work, or what can be a sty in someone's eye, is what I'm hearing. It's easier to see the sty in someone else's eye than our own eye. And so if you are seeing something about someone, do a little self-reflection. Am I seeing it in them because there's an aspect of that in me? Two cards came out. Independence. 9 of Gems. Independence on the back of this reward. Yeah, for some of you, it may be a situation where you really are going to be coming into independent, like financial independence. So that won't be what's the cohesion in the relationship. Because if you become financially independent, they're financially independent, then why we're getting together, right? It has to be based on something else. So that's when we can get into mutual likes, mutual respect, mutual hobbies, mutual friends, mutual goals, right? Um, and the card that came out is the Lovers in reverse, attraction. So again, I am going to go to the book for this. And this is a major arcana card, just like the High Priestess was. This is the Lovers card 6 in reverse. Maybe. Choose wisely. The Lovers reversed indicates you may choose or have already chosen unwisely regarding a choice between 2 or more people or equally attractive things or plans of action. Between what you have and what you think you want. Know you can choose wisely only if you feel satisfied with who and what you are right now. Poor decision making is the cause of most suffering. A painful decision must be made soon, possibly involving an illicit love affair. It may be hard to resist temptation and someone's feelings could get hurt. Someone may not make the choice you are seeking. True love may be blocked by self-gratification, adolescent infatuations, or looking at someone else as an object or possession. Mixed feelings abound as past experience has made it difficult for you to believe a true love relationship could actually be experienced by anyone, especially you. Yeah, this is making me feel like for those of you who really struggle with romantic relationships, be careful of the self-sabotage. And I feel like there may be some of that gets revealed in this Libra new moon of why you haven't been able to have a successful relationship. What are you choosing? And are you choosing the same old? Are you embodying the same pattern of relationship, thinking that the same type of person is going to finally give you the desired end result when they can't because they don't have it, right? It's like the definition of chaos. Doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And that's what I'm kind of feeling with this card. So this Libra new moon for some of you is really going to highlight in your romantic relationships why things have not worked out for you or why things aren't currently working out for you. How are you choosing? And for some of you, you haven't been able to see that thus far in the relationship because, again, for some of you, that mask is coming off in the romantic relationship. For some of you, you're going to really, they're going to reveal themselves in this Libra new moon. They're going to reveal themselves. And it's going to allow you to make a choice. A different choice, a better choice. So I feel like that reading may have been more for people who are in connection. So I'm going to pull some of these romance angel cards for those of you who are not in connection. So what is this Libra new moon bringing you who maybe have been single for a very long time or have gotten out of a very difficult relationship recently and it was kind of over a long time ago? Like, even though you were together, you emotionally have been divorced from the situation for a very long time. So you really are ready to move on, even though people may not realize it because you maybe just separated or just got divorced. You know your heart. You know what you're ready for. So take this how this resonates. First one out. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. This is an interesting card, I think, every time it comes out. Because if you're following me, chances are you're more spiritual than religious. For me, I left religion probably a couple of decades ago because the rules didn't fit what I was kind of tuning into spiritually from my guides, right? And so this may be a situation where you're coming together with someone who is aligned with you in belief, whatever that belief system is, whether it's religion, whether it's spirituality, it's the belief system. And I feel like you really are going to be coming into connection with someone who has a belief system that is going to complement or be very similar to your own. And that's always a good thing. That's always good. That really um, speaks to a long relationship, the relationship having longevity. Because if you're believing in a similar higher power, or you have the similar beliefs of a higher power, that's going to allow you to overcome your obstacles and challenges like so much. I don't want to say more easily, but I think in a way that does allow you to put things behind you. Okay. So let's get the next card. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Yeah. The reason that you are now be coming into connection with someone who can go the distance with you, who is very similar to you, is because you've raised your frequency. You've changed your frequency. You're not attracting the same old, same old. You're not staying in the pattern. You're now able to now come into connection with people who are more in alignment with you. And you're able to learn and forgive, again, overcome your obstacles and challenges way more easily, or in a way that does really allow true forgiveness, because that is going to be one of the spiritual practices that the two of you will be embodying together. So I love seeing that forgiveness and learning. It just means you have gotten to that higher vibration that allows you to be able to self-reflect and to be open about healing in the relationship as well as individually. Oh, and I felt this. I felt this with the with the religious factors, wedding. This situation involves marriage. Yeah, I did feel like for those of you not in connection, meeting someone, being discerning about who you're meeting, but when you meet the person that is in alignment with you, who has the similar beliefs than you, is able to forgive and move on, that this was going to be a longer, committed relationship. So, whether you get actually married or not, that's totally up to you. I never tell people they're going to get married, right? That is such a choice, because if you're in a committed relationship, whether there's a piece of paper there or not, if you're choosing each other every day, that is commitment, right? That is commitment. And so I do feel like for those of you who have not been in relationship for a while and you're meeting someone new, that it is, and you're going to be super attracted. You attract someone, attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Yeah, it's because you really have been on this journey of self-reflection, of getting out of your own way, releasing self-sabotage, really opening your heart to new, really able to get into vulnerability, because you have done work on your own foibles, right? Your own traumas and dramas. So this is going to be someone, again, I also want to say with this, I feel like the reason they have to tell you this is because it is going to be someone that wouldn't normally be attracted to, right? You wouldn't normally maybe physically be attracted to. Maybe they're not as tall as what you're used to, or they're not as dark or as blonde or as this or as that. But Spirit wants you to know it's okay, because there's still going to be an attraction. Like you're still going to get that little clutch in your stomach, right? You're still going to physically be engaged. Okay. Okay. Leaving it there. Leaving it there. All right. Last but not least, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Yeah, and again, I think Spirit wanted to come through and say this because, again, it's going to be someone, again, maybe on first meeting, you didn't really feel a connection with. Maybe on the first meeting, they didn't even get your attention. Maybe on the first meeting, it didn't go well, right? So I really feel like Spirit is wanting you to know in this Libra full new moon who you're going to be meeting. It's going to go the distance. You're going to be attracted. It's going to be good, but that you have to be open-minded, and be receptive, even if it's, because here's the thing, what you're being brought to is something like you've never been brought to before, because you're not the same version of you that you were before. And so it's going to be different. It's going to feel different. It's going to look different. And spirit wants you to know it's still going to be good. It's still going to give you what you want. It's still going to give you the commitment. It's still going to give you the attraction. It's still going to give you the deep love, the commonality, the connection. But you have to be open, because it's not going to be same old, same old. And that's a good thing, because same old didn't get you what you wanted. It showed you where you needed to work, right? It showed you how discerning you needed to be, or where you needed to heal that within you that was attracting that, right? So, wow. Okay, that video went way longer than I thought it would, way more in depth than I thought it would. I think overall it went well. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. So please like, comment, share, all the things. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And self-care in this Libra full moon, because things are going to be coming up in all your relationships that are going to kind of show you things about yourself that may not be flattering, right? But it is a growth, it is evolution, and that is how we get to having peace in our life and peaceful relationships. And that is what we deserve. And that is what we deserve. Happy Monday, Lacey. Happy Monday. So that is the reading. If you want any more information about me or what I do, head over to my website, melissawwatkins.com. But other than that, guys, I think I'm just going to leave it right there. Have a beautiful rest of your Monday. This Libra new moon, make sure you're doing self-care, salt bath, drink water, take some time out for yourself, and love yourself. That's how you attract love. You love yourself. Thank you so much. And we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.